Most people are aware of the fact that conventional drugs, such as alcohol or prescription drugs, can be abused, despite their positive effects, such as a good time or health benefits, respectively. But where do we draw the line between something being a poison or a cure?
For example, Ritalin saw a boom in prescriptions in the 1990s, with communities across America overjoyed that their kids were suddenly attentive and respectful. However, many families believed that their doctors had forced a drug onto their children. Hallucinogens are popularly viewed as dangerous to society because of their ties to the counterculture of the 60s, but many research subjects and private users have found it to help with their anxiety, depression, and recovery from drug addiction.
However, this is only one piece of the puzzle. This poison and cure relationship is not only related to drugs, but can be applied to almost anything in our everyday lives. Caffeine may not have the same connotation as other drugs such as LSD and opium, but is a drug nonetheless, and has both positive and negative effects on the human body. Studies demonstrate that caffeine can lead to a better mood and reaction time. With these benefits, it is easy for people to develop a habit to ingest caffeine frequently, which can lead to several health problems such as raised blood pressure and heart palpitations.
Social media has become a part of daily life for most people, but we still hear stories about how it ruined people's lives, wasting all of their time. Social media apps like Facebook are a great way to keep in touch with friends and family. The problem is that some people start to live for the notification that someone is doing something, and they get trapped in front of their computer. They become addicted to other people's lives and forget to live their own.
Food is something we need to survive, so there's no way it can be abused, right? However, research has shown that high-calorie foods can affect your brain in almost the same fashion as drugs. Both can stimulate the production of dopamine, and food can even make neural circuitry associated with opioid addiction become active. There are also parallels in extreme cases, such as with alcoholics and binge eaters, both being habituated to their conditions. So even though food is vital for staying alive, it acts on the body and mind in an incredibly similar fashion to drugs and have an equivalent potential for abuse.
We all know exercising is beneficial, but it is also important to understand the potential dangers of exercising. Those who are obsessed with body image may be more concerned about how they look than any health benefit they may receive from exercise. Compulsive exercisers are typically preoccupied with appearance, weight, and muscle mass, judging and scrutinizing themselves unfairly. Overtraining can also lead to several problems such as excessive fatigue, irritability, insomnia, and increased risks for the flu.
When someone says, "I'm a perfectionist," we often think of how lucky they are to have such drive in their school or work life. After all, what's so bad in striving hard for those extra points on an exam or that promotion? The answer, according to research, is anxiety, depression, stress, and overall unfulfillment with oneself and others. There are two types of perfectionism: excellence seeking and failure avoiding. Excellence seekers tend to have extremely high expectations for themselves and others, which can cause conflict and estrangement in their relationships. Failure avoiders tend to have a near obsession with their fear of not being good enough to the point that they believe they will lose others' loves and respect forever if they don't perform to a certain level. Both are in danger of seriously harming their mental and social health over things that are, in the long run, trivial.
Substance abuse and compulsive behaviors are not black and white, and there's a lot of ambiguity between what is considered healthy and unhealthy use of something. Almost any habit, even ones that are essential to life and outside the popularly evil realm of illegal drugs, can become a poison or a cure. So we have to constantly be reevaluating our actions and come to our own conclusions about whether we are consuming something or something is consuming us.